What's going on, guys? Patrick here from PatrickHawaii.com, powered by eXp Realty. And if you found this video, you are most likely exploring the potential option of opening up your own business and becoming a licensed real estate agent out here in Hawaii. And today I'm going to show you the step-by-step process so it's painless and easy for you so that you can become a licensed agent just like myself out here in Hawaii. So stick around to get all the details. See you on the other side. All right, guys, so like I mentioned before, I am a licensed real estate agent out here in Hawaii and have been for almost a decade. It's a beautiful business to be in. It ain't easy, but once you figure it out, it becomes a very fruitful and fun business to be in. But we are at the first steps where you're exploring and want to get your license. So what I am going to do is walk you through the process of what you need to do to get licensed out here in Hawaii. So let's jump into it. Now, there is a couple small criteria. If you want to become a licensed real estate agent out here, there are a few things. Number one, you have to be 18 years of age or older. Number two, you have to be a US citizen or have some kind of documentation that has you as a US citizen. And number three, you basically have to be able to pass a background check. Other than that, all you have to do is pass the test and you're ready to rock and roll. So let's start jumping into the step-by-step process. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you are going to need to actually pass a 60-hour pre-approved real estate course. Okay. So you're going to need to find somebody, or, you can basically Google real estate licensing exam course for your state. But if you're looking out here in Hawaii, the one person I would suggest looking into is Longley seminars. I got a link in the comment section down below. I believe he has an in-person and an online. I did the in-person. I think I did it in like 3 or 4 weeks. It's very intensive, but he really knows his stuff. And more importantly, he gives you pretty much all the questions and answers that you need to know to pass the test. And that's really the goal here, guys, is you just need to pass that test. You're going to learn 70-80% of what you actually need to know in this business out in the field and when you start educating yourself after the license. A lot of the stuff that they teach you in these courses that you need to pass, you're going to forget a lot of it, to be honest with you. And it'll come up later when you actually cross those bridges. But the first thing you need to do is sign up for that course. And I suggest checking out Longley seminars. Number two, memorize the questions and answers, not the content. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, there's a lot of people and people have reached out to me who are trying to get licensed, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. But they read the books and they read and read and read and study and study and study, and they're just reading the content and then trying to basically translate that into a question and answer. When honestly, guys, a lot of the questions and answers that you'll be getting, especially at Longley seminars, because they have a lot of the same questions that are going to be on the actual test.
Oh, hell yeah, baby, hell yeah.
They're going to be pretty much the exact same verbiage. Maybe a couple little changes, but if you memorize the questions and answers, that will be enough for you to pass the exam. You don't need to understand the concepts completely by memorizing the paragraph and understanding it inside and out. Just memorize the questions and the answers. Now, one of the things that I did when I was studying for the test is my basic rule of thumb is when I went chapter by chapter, I would basically study that. I'd basically maybe read a little bit, but I'd probably just go directly to the back where the quizzes are. And then I would go through the questions and then basically read through them and memorize the answers and just keep doing it till I got 100% 3 times in a row. Once I did that, then I would move on to the next chapter. But the classes are good for you getting someone teaching you a general concept. But at the end of the day, you really just need to memorize those questions and answers because they're going to be pretty much the exact same on the actual test. So try to focus your energy on that. Number 3, create an EHawaii account. So I have a link again down in the description down below, but what you're going to want to do is create one of these accounts, which is basically going to be your internet profile that shows that, hey, I signed up for this course, hey, I passed this class, what have you. You're going to need to sign up for that. So just make sure you sign up for that. Number 4, pass the course exam. Now, this is different from the actual national and state exam, which you'll actually take with a proctor that'll be there like watching you. This is for the course that you're in, whether it's with Longley or any of these online places. You're going to need to pass that test. Now, you need to get at least a 70%, which is great. You don't have to get everything right. And again, to pass that test, just memorize the questions and memorize the answers inside and out, and they'll pretty much be the exact same questions and answers on the test. So that is the secret to success.
Secret.
Okay, congrats. You passed the 60-hour course that you signed up for at Longley seminars or wherever it was. You passed it. They gave you the green light. Now it's time to take the actual big dog test, the state and national certified test. So what you're going to need to do now is schedule your exam. And I would highly suggest that you schedule that exam as soon as possible because you have all this information fresh in your brain. You have all the questions and answers memorized, and you don't want too much time to go by where you have to restudy a lot. But I would suggest that you study right before the national and state test, but you want to do it as soon as possible. And again, I have links down below where you can actually start scheduling your exam. Number 6, study for the final exam. I know I'm probably repeating myself a lot, but it's so important to study. And again, just memorize the questions and answers, guys. And furthermore, don't get caught up on the math questions. That's pretty much like 5 or 6 questions on the entire test. So don't get too caught up on the math. Just focus on basically just passing and getting 70%. And that's basically everything else. Now, like I mentioned before, the 2 tests are split up into 2. You've got the national and you have the state. The national is 80 questions and you get 150 minutes to complete that. The state test is 50 questions and you have 90 minutes to complete that. And once you take the course, your nerves will be going, but you'll actually get an answer that day on whether you passed or not. Now, if you did not pass, that is okay. Just keep your head up and just get back to studying and schedule your next exam as soon as possible. Because again, they won't show you which answers you got wrong, but you want to get back in there while that information's still fresh. And then you want to restudy and just go over everything again in that same process. Go chapter by chapter, memorize all the questions, memorize all the answers, and don't go on to the next chapter until you know you got 100% 3 times in a row. That's the secret. And then you go and take the exam again. And you just keep doing it until you pass that freaking thing. And you will do it. I got faith in you. Okay, so now you actually passed the test. Congrats, guys. I knew you could do it. You absolutely crushed it. And all that studying and time paid off. Now, the only unfortunate thing is you can't sell houses yet.
What?
Yeah, you can't sell houses yet. You actually need to hang your license with a brokerage. And this is a huge step. And you want to make sure that you do it right. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on picking a brokerage. Now, the first thing you're going to want to understand is any brokerage will hire you because they're basically going to take a little bit of your commission whenever you do a transaction, and they're really not going to basically be breathing over you to make sure that you're working. You work for yourself. This is your own business, so keep that in mind. So when you're looking at brokerages, you want to focus on a couple things. So basically what I like to look at is commission split, education, support, and what other marketing things are they giving me to help me run my business in a smoother way or get my name out there. Now, you can see different kinds of splits. You'll see with the smaller brokerages, like the little boutique ones, sometimes they'll only have a transaction fee, but most brokerages are anywhere between 50-50 or 70-30, somewhere in between there. So to give you an example, I was at Keller Williams and they gave me a 70-30 split. So basically if I had a $10,000 commission check, I would keep $7,000 and I would give them $3,000. Okay, 70-30. But now at the brokerage that I'm at, I actually get an 80-20 split. So if I get a $10,000 commission check, I keep $8,000, I give them $2,000, and once I give them $16,000, I actually make 100% for the rest of the year, which is absolutely amazing. And it's a game changer in regards to building wealth and making a lot more money quicker because I don't have to give them any more money anymore. So commission split is definitely something you're going to want to look into because you're going to be working your butt off and you want to make sure you're getting the most possible when you're working that hard. Now, the other thing you want to look into is education. You want to know, especially if you're a new agent, you don't know what you're doing. You want a brokerage that's going to provide you a lot of education, showing you how to do sales, scripts, how to find leads, how to do open houses, all these things that you have no idea. You're going to want to make sure that that brokerage is providing some sort of education so that you can make sure that you are successful in this tough business. The third thing is support. You want to make sure that you're joining a brokerage and they've got some kind of support for you. If you have a question or an issue, that you can call your broker and they'll help you with any question or issue that you have. That's their job. So it's really important that you have a broker or some kind of support staff there that will help you with your transactions, or you have a mentor, somebody who's going to help you. So you definitely want to make sure that they have some kind of mentorship program, and you want to know what kind of support they have at that brokerage. And lastly, you want to know what kind of marketing material do they provide you? Do they give you templates for, making your own business cards and things like that, which is great. Do they show you how to generate leads online with Facebook ads or through social media or things like that? A lot of brokerages that I've seen and I've interviewed with, they don't really have the high tech marketing. They'll have some of the general stuff showing you how to do open houses and generate leads that way, or cold call. I'm not a big fan of cold calling, so the brokerage and team I joined, they actually showed us some useful tactics on generating business through video and social media, Instagram, things like that, things I actually enjoy doing and actually get to link up with people that I actually want to work with. So if you guys are interested in looking into EXP and the Wolfpack, that's what we call ourselves. That's the group and team that we're on. We actually provide lots of support, tons of education. We have over 50 hours of education every single day being put out through EXP. And then we actually have custom only for our group. And then we also have specifically, if you join in our group, you get training on how to leverage social media to generate business. And I'll tell you right now, 60% of my business comes through YouTube, and all of it was because of the training that I got when I joined this group. So if you're interested in joining that group and seeing some of the education, support, and everything that comes with joining the Wolfpack, feel free to DM me below or feel free to call, text, or email me. Okay, guys, so that's the process. So it's now time for you to get your license. If you guys ever need any help, I am just a call, text, or email away. I'm happy to help any other agent who's looking to join this great community of realtors out here in Hawaii. And I am looking forward to seeing you out there and doing a transaction with you, or hopefully working with you in the near future. So you guys have a beautiful day. I'm Patrick with PatrickOnlineRealty.com, powered by eXp Realty. I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.